Good morning. It says we're live. Can I do it sideways like that? Oh, that's even better. Last time I had this thing. Now, how do I go full screen? Let's see. Can I get it full screen? All right, guys. We're here downtown Luang Prabang. This is the food plaza. You come this way. This is where you can find the food court. Not food court, but the morning market. Let's see if I can do this. Why is it? I don't know. Can I go full screen? That would be cool. So, we're walking this way down to grab a little bite to eat. So I haven't eaten anything. Get a little bit in my stomach, then I can chat with you guys about what's going on here. Got the earthquake. That was huge. That was crazy. It's been really, really crazy here. I'll tell you, 2 days ago, almost everybody all day, that's all we were doing. We were watching earthquake videos and figuring out what's going on. Is it going to affect us? Because the earthquake happened in central Myanmar. But the big news was coming out of Bangkok, of course, because of Myanmar being shut down due to the military regime or closed off to the Western media. For the most part, we get very little information about what's going on in Myanmar. But we did see what was going on in Bangkok, and it was bad. It's very bad. Now, was it affecting us here in Laos? I didn't feel anything here in Luang Prabang. Surprisingly, even though it is much closer to us than it was to Bangkok. I don't know about. No, I definitely don't want kauchi. No kauchi for me. You want some kauchi? Classic kauchi. Sticky rice grilled with egg, butter. Delicious. Not my favorite. I'm looking for some meat. I want some meat. What are you gonna go buy? We're going to buy some stuff before Lala's. She's heading back. Came to buy stuff and visit her friend last night, and had a going farewell party for a friend. And she's heading back to her home. So just met her this morning, so we can grab some food or something. And she's gonna head back to her house near Guangxi Falls. We're in the food market this morning. I was just here in my video, so now you guys get to see it live. Just here. Welcome to Luang Prabang Morning Market. I need some food. Somebody. Boom, I'm just checking it out. Want some food before I start stuffing myself with all kinds of wild foods. Regular breakfast. There we go. Got some muping, guys. We came to. That's what I need to start. Muping and some sticky rice and some jiao. So we call jiao is this stuff over here. We got some jiao. Jiao miền there. This is eggplant jiao, guys. Eggplant salsa. I really like this one for breakfast. Dip jam. So you dip your sticky rice, jam, and sticky rice is called kamio. We jam our kamio into this delicious eggplant salsa. They have the whole bowl of jiao here. Jiao bát cơm. Jiao we got badag jiao. Yes. We got some scene toop. Toop. This is to toop. I don't know. You call this in English to smash something like that. Toop. And scene is meat. So scene toop. Pounded meat. Pounds it out. It's grilled, barbecued. It's very good. I'm gonna get some of that actually. I like that a little bit better even than the muping on the stick is very fatty. It's not a lot of meat in there. Different from muping, or I don't even call it muping. It's called bingmo here. Muping in Thailand is very different. They also sell that here, but not in the market. But they'll sell it around Lao. Let's see if we see any muping actually. It's just different bingo. It's very good. What is she getting? Ah, we're getting some coconut waffles or coconut pancakes, or there's a lot of names for them. This is what we call. Oh, it's just coconut waffle. It's different. Khăn hăng phừng. Oh, hăng phừng được nè. That's too bad. But we got bobbin. This is the one in the mentioned in the video as we walked by. It's a coconut and rice pancake. Check this out. I'm a very big fan of it. It's quite heavy. Very filling. These are fried soybean. Fried sweet soybean. Oh. What's going on, Shinobi? How's it going? Greetings. Can I put that on? How do I put that on the screen? Because I'm using my phone, guys. Greetings from Fort Worth, Texas. Thanks for joining us. Ian Gail. I'm not sure if I got your name right, but thanks for joining us, Gail. And Shinobi, what's going on, my man? We're here in the morning market in Prabang, grabbing some foods. I just need a quick little bite before we get into visas, renting for everybody. We'll walk around and have a chat since we've not doubled in size, but we've grown 50% in size since the last live stream. Due to that interview with Dan from Vagabond Awake, I've had a huge outpouring of questions and interest in Lao. It's super refreshing. I want to see people. I'll send you. I'll send you some under. Yeah. Send you. Yes. If I was to recommend something for you to try in Lao that's very safe, it would be Sintup, this one. It's just a chunk of barbecued meat on the grill. It's very, very flavorful, savory, juicy. Now, it's not crazy herbal flavors you're going to find in this other stuff. These sausages, and this is minced up and made into a little sausage pancake thing here. Thank you. This actually is one of my favorites. Ow. No. Man. This is my favorite. I'm getting my favorite, guys. I can't see it without getting some. This is absolutely fantastic. Check it out. She has some for you to try here. This is 3-layered pork. So let's see if I can get it close to the camera. The top layer is crispy. The second layer is that fatty part, and then you have the white meat. It is unbelievable. It's one of my absolute favorite things when I'm, okay, what do I want for a meat with my meal? So I usually have big portion of meat, whatever else I'm having. And this is a lot of times on the menu. It's great with some salsa and sticky rice. This one we call mukal. And the 3-layered pork we call it musam san. That's important if you want the good stuff. Well, I would like a nampan or squeezed fresh orange juice here. I don't want fresh orange juice. What are you guys thinking? Yeah, fresh orange juice. How about? Kinbo. Namakin. You guys want some fresh orange juice? Dog me someday. I'll talk so hard. Dog me. So I'm asking her what sizes she's got. I'm not sure which one's for which. And 25. is a little bit more than usual for an orange juice. Usually be like 15, 20. A smaller cup. So hopefully we get a big one. It's for 25. May just be the morning market price. It can be some things can be a little bit more. It is a touristy spot. But in general, if you're looking for Lao, I'm gonna get a number. What was I saying? I'd say the more touristy things are the stuff that's actually a little bit more expensive. The Lao stuff is not. It's very normal prices. As you've seen in my video, when they asked Lala, how are the prices here? Is it a scam? Is it overrated or overpriced? No. If you're coming for stuff that Lao people would buy in general, then it's not. If you're coming for the very touristy stuff, which most tourists are buying, smoothies and freshly squeezed orange juice or those coconut pancakes, stuff like that, little bits and pieces, those can be a little bit more, but it's nothing. It's like 10, 15 cents more, so don't sweat it. It's like $1.10 instead of $1. You know? Check out they got all the signs in Chinese as well. They got fresh sugarcane juice here. Nam Oi, 1 yen. Cold sweet sugarcane juice. It is one of my go-to drinks as well. Well, let's get into visas since we got 20 people here already, and that's the title of the live stream. And what people's biggest question is, I'm interested in Lao. What's the visa situation? You got an on-arrival visa for most countries. So you can show up with your $42. I think is what it is now, something like that, 40, 45 bucks. Make sure you got your cash so you don't run into a nightmare when you arrive. Cash and your photos, because then otherwise they can make your life a nightmare. You got to go get your photos. You got to try to figure out get cash, but there's not really a cash point. Trust me. Bring that, and you're good. Once you're here, you got 30 days. You can extend here at the immigration offices or with a visa agent, and it costs I think $35 for the extensions. You can do 2 extensions for a total of 90 days in the country without leaving. If you'd like to stay in Laos long term, like I do, you get a 1-year multiple entry visa. A lot of people are confused because I use the word digital nomad. And I'm not really completely sure what the technical term is, because every time I talk to the agent, they say, oh yeah, the retirement visa, the digital nomad visa, basically the visa that isn't one of the others, which are business or investor or spouse, that falls under this LAB2 visa, which is a 1-year multiple entry visa. And depending on which agent you use, is under $600. My agent, I know that I've seen agents posting for much cheaper than the one that I use, and I share on my page. I haven't tried them, so I can't vouch for them. I've used the service that I provide in my videos. They don't pay me. They don't. I recommend them because I used them and it worked. And the thing that was really nice about it is that you don't pay until you get your visa. So, Sabaidi Dan, what is going on? Dan and his family are moving out here. I don't know if he wants me to share that or not, but he loves Lao. He's coming out here. They've applied. They're going to use this service as well. And what you do is you give them your passport and your pictures, and I didn't fill out any paperwork. They took care of it, and you get your approval letter. You give them $150 for the approval letter, or the what's the name of that letter? Registration letter, approval letter, along those lines. You got to take that with you when you enter the country. Once you enter the country, you give that to the agent, your passport. Awesome. So we're at a very famous spot here. It's been 50 years this spot has been here. Nung people. I thought we were gonna eat at this famous noodle shop. But we got these noodle shops here on the corner. They're very famous. This one's been here 50 years. Noodles and coffee. We got our own food, so gotta find a spot. But you gotta pay. You gotta pay if you're gonna sit somewhere, buy something. So I was talking about the visa. Finished that. Thought once you got your letter from the agent, you paid your 150, got that. Then all you need to do is enter the country with that. Give your passport.
What you like?
All right. Well, we just asked to sit with 2 other people, so hopefully don't interrupt them. Or we could. Oh, because everything's full. Well, this is interesting. I feel a little guilty since I'm on a live stream here. Anyway, that not business visa, but the 1-year visa. Once you give that your passport to the agent, then he'll get that back to you in like 10 days to 2 weeks, and you pay the money, and you got your 1-year visa. Hopefully that's clear enough. I think a lot of people just get confused with the fact that it's called a digital nomad visa. It's your 1-year visa for those who want to stay here long term. Very easy to get. They're not asking for financial statements. They're not asking for any information. None. So we've covered visas and tourist business visa or an investor visa. You'll need to contact Chris. He'll have more information. There's much more that goes into that. Well, they've left, so hopefully I think they're finished. Which way should I sit? I think I'm getting good light this way. You turn this way. All right, let me show you guys something. So I've had questions about the burning season. Can you see what I'm seeing here? Yeah. It's shockingly bad. It wasn't bad until about 2 weeks ago, and then it's been very bad. If you're familiar with being out in this part of the world, then it's very hazy. Very, very hazy during this time of the year. And it will last until the rain comes, which you pray that it comes in May. You pray that it comes in May. Sometimes it might come till June. So once the rain comes, then the smoke gets washed out of the air and cleans everything up. But right now, it is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie. And noticing like ash all over the place, you know. When you drive, it's in the air. So, not a nice time. I wouldn't recommend visiting in March, even though it's not hot. It's nice here. All right. We've got ourselves a Lao coffee from the famous old coffee shop. Traditional Lao coffee. Let's see if I can grab some food here. And then after that, we'll go into some other questions. I got a lot of comments on the channel, so I wanted to do a little bit of maybe like a Q&A of the different questions people asked. It was mostly about the visas and then renting and a few other bits and pieces. So I'm going to grab a little food to put in my belly here, and then we'll continue. This is the real Lao coffee. From Luang Prabang. Good to see you here, Travel. Yeah, I went out of order. I meant to thank everybody. This is natural coffee from Luang Prabang. They keep on telling me. So I wanted to thank everybody because I've just had a really big outpouring of love from everybody out there and support. especially from all the new subscribers. It's told me to keep going for it and doing what I'm doing here, and it's been super motivating. I really appreciate it, and I wanted to say thank you to anybody that's sent me a donation. A few people have sent some donations recently, which helps tremendously. If if this video helps you in any way, then you're able to, then consider grabbing sending me a small donation. That really helps me to continue doing this. It helps, it's very low cost of living here, and we'll get into that. But if you know the YouTube game, and you don't really make much of anything in the beginning stages, it comes later. So it really helps for me to be able to do more interesting videos, and expand the topics we can do, get out and about, and be generous everywhere I go. So yeah, if you can, please send a donation. I would really appreciate it. But first and foremost, thank you guys for watching, and I appreciate everybody that's helped so far to get us to this point. Man, we're doing so many cool things. At least I am loving introducing all this stuff to you guys. So here we go. We're gonna get some gel. She's got herself some gel padag. You guys know what padag is? The fermented fish sauce, and it's used in a lot of things. And this is a gel. Thank you. Gel. Oh man, very good. Padang is pretty strong flavor. Maybe not the first one you want to try when you come to Laos. Oh, you got musum. I think you got bean. You got something musum. Musum ili ba? Oh. Let's see. Oh. Musum yan. Musum. It's kind of sour, but I thought she meant musum like the cured pork. This isn't cured pork. It's just fat though. Man, Larry, I appreciate that. Man, thank you so much. I always feel awkward. The only reason I'm asking it for donations is because somebody in the comments wrote that I make really good content and that it's totally reasonable for me to ask. And it was one of those moments where I'm like, you know what? If you don't ask, maybe you don't receive. And I work really hard to try to think of how I can bring value to these videos and share what brings a smile to my face here. Hopefully you guys see something that you really enjoy and can learn too. So as far as the earthquake goes, good question. Travel, love, travel, hug, kiss, whatever. How it affects the quake in Prabang? We didn't feel it here. We didn't. Surprisingly, even though we're closer than Bangkok, we didn't feel it. I would say, I'm no expert on this type of stuff, but Bangkok is built on a swamp, and we're built on the mountainside. So, but also, there's probably something to do with fault lines and whatnot, why they felt stuff down there and we didn't. How about in Vientiane? I thought that I saw friends in Vientiane. Hey, Nui, Lala, youมีมืออยู่เวียงจันทน์ได้มีเรื่องแผ่นดินไหวอยู่เวียงจันทน์บ่มีหยังแผ่นดินไหวมีน้อยนึงเนาะมีI thought so. Yeah, so I wanted to make sure because I thought I saw a bunch of videos from friends in Vientiane that they evacuated the buildings. I'm apologize, guys. I'm stuffing my face. We have some. We have some. She's asking for some. Damn, I don't know what I was saying. But the earthquake reached Bangkok and it's built on swampy lands, and you saw what happened. The videos are insane, and my question is, what do people do now that these buildings are messed up? Are they structurally sound for them to return to their homes? I don't know if I would feel safe. Now, as far as Vientiane, I know people evacuated. That's what we're talking about. Vientiane, people felt it. They evacuated buildings. I saw a bunch of posts and videos on social media, but nobody was hurt, and it was just aftershocks. I'm eating. If anybody hasn't seen, I'm eating this 3-layered pork. Is unbelievable. But I need some chow. I need some salsa. Yeah, looks like we just got the chow padag, which is a strong one to start the day. But without chow, you need chow. You need salsa. Yeah, people felt it. We felt the aftershocks. We felt the tremors, but nothing crazy. It's a huge earthquake. The crazier part is thinking about what's going on with the people in Myanmar, because we don't really get much news out of Myanmar due to the military regime. And we see some images and stuff, but the devastation must be massive, considering it made such an impact all the way down in Bangkok. Oh, this is buffalo. You got some buffalo? I like the buffalo. I think the buffalo is actually better than the beef here. If you're asking, people ask about the beef here. Excuse me. Oh my God. Can't believe that. People do ask in the comments about the beef here. The beef is not as, it's different. Totally different cows. But they eat beef. It's usually more of a special occasion, and there'll be a lot of dishes made from the butchered cow when it's butchered, which was why there were so many unique dishes when I was down in Pakse. They butchered a cow and had a bunch of different dishes from that. Let's see what Larry just said. I think most people might break their leases, especially in those high rises and they're renting low-rise buildings or townhouses. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. The devastation, the economic impact is going to be huge, because what are the laws and what is with something like this? Are people going to be released from their contract? Are they going to be liable to pay? When these buildings, come on, they're not being structurally sound anymore. And how can you return to your home? But I'm sure that they're going to say that they're fine. No, they'll probably say we had somebody come look at it and they're fine. I mean, these people are going to lose. The investors are going to lose everything. And who has earthquake insurance? It's really sad too, because most people here have friends or family down there in Bangkok. It's a hub. It's a huge place for people to go find employment. It's very sad. Very sad. So you can help out your brothers and sisters in Thailand at this time. Let's see if I can get some salsa here. And then he says, do we have any interesting comments? Oh, whoop. All right, that's the last bite. And then we're going to make sure that this live stream is done properly. I lied. She offered me some of this bobbin. Kanom bobbin. Looks different than what I have. Huh? Huh? Ni bobbin kanom bobbin. What is this? What is this? This is a kanom chop. Another type of snack dessert thing. Not one that I usually get. This one is pretty dry. It doesn't have a lot of flavor. I think it's just soybeans in here. It kind of has a fried flavor. There's a hint of something. It's definitely for eating with coffee. That's what it tastes like. It tastes like a coffee. What do you call it? Coffee pastry? Definitely what it is. Very oily. Alright. So we got our Lao coffee here in front of the famous Lao coffee shop on the Mekong River with Lala. Before she heads home. And Martin says, speaking in comments, do you have any interesting ones? Well, I wish I could pull up. If I was at home, the plan was to pull up a lot of these comments that people put on my page or the interview, because some of them are hilarious. Like, $600 a month? That's bullshit. or what was the other one? This guy must be living in a dump and never go out for a coffee or a drink. I got some real good ones. They're comedy. Hello, Kamo, what's going on? I was gonna get into the renting costs here, because I think that's the other thing that people are most interested: visas and renting. I don't know if I can drink this. It's pretty hot. Let's see. It's a Lao coffee. It's actually really good for a Lao coffee. I typically will get I don't want to sound bougie and ridiculous, I usually will get the nicer coffees here, like the premium. I guess you call it the premium roast, premium coffees. You get the coffee beans and make coffee at home, or go to a shop and get a good coffee. The Lao coffee, usually they use, I don't know what coffee beans, but it's got a very, very strong aroma. There's some good blends, but some of the traditional ones just really, really strong. And then it has, typically a Lao coffee will be mixed with sweetened condensed milk, as you saw. And that's not my favorite kind of coffee, but it's definitely, it's thick. It's very thick. Coffee messes my stomach up a lot, typically, anyway, just so I don't. And this Lao coffee really does a number. I still drink it, and we just move along. Tastes good. It's pretty good though. It's a good Lao coffee. It's the best, probably the best Lao coffee I've had. A very traditional way of doing it. Get that gasoline in us. We'll never stop talking. Larry says the highest floor he lives in is a 6'4" with a fire ladder at this point. In regards to the visas, can you get all 90 days at once, or does it have to be 3 separate 30 days? You can't get all 90 days at once. That's a good question. I didn't even think about that angle. No. Typically with visas, yeah, it's 30 days on arrival. You can extend it twice. I've known a lot of, I don't know if I'm going to say that. I've met a lot of people that got 60 days on arrival. Typically they were Lao Americans. I don't know why. I don't know some people have got 60. I've never seen somebody with an automatic 90. So take that for what it is. You have to remember too, a lot of these things, people think they're so used to the West, everything's set in stone. It doesn't make sense to them when you say something like I just said. This is Lao. This is not America. This is not Australia. This is not a country where everything is done by the rules, you know. So maybe so people have got 60-day on arrival, and some of the rest of us get our 30 days. We got to extend. You got to extend twice. What's going on, Kamo? When it comes to coffee, the stronger the better. Yeah, some people really like that strong coffee. I get complaints a lot because I like to make a lot. I like a lot of milk in my coffee or tea, so I'll get that complaint from people sometimes. I do want to get into the renting and stuff, so let me. I don't know if I should chug this coffee or not. This might do a number to me. I don't want to be, having to leave you guys for, if you know what I mean, an emergency. So, you got 90 days last time you came to Laos. Well, see, I told you. I try to present what I've seen and what I know, and it just proves that you never know. But your 90 days is definitely the longest. You're probably gonna have to look at Lao if you're gonna get that. That's my assumption from what I've seen. I'm not half Lao. Kamo, you're half Lao. I'm not half Lao. My dad's from Canada. My mom's from Arizona. But yeah, I do speak Lao fluently. Read and write. Thai as well. And Chinese. It's the area of the world that I've been fascinated in since I was very young. And I went to school and studied and got my degree in this area of the world, in this region. If you find a good way to support the affected people, let us know. I love that, man. If I do, I will. I mean, I'm not really in direct contact with anybody. I like that. That's something that you're promoting, because typically if you send to the big agencies, then a lot of it goes to the higher employees and not even to the people. So much better to donate to small groups or individuals that can directly help people. You got to say you're visiting a family and not a tourist. Well, that actually worked for me when I was getting my long-term visa. Yeah, they didn't charge me for my overstay, which was really crazy. It's like, it's not visiting. I'm living here with my Paul Hack man, my, what do we call that in English? Like people that have kind of taken you on as their child, that your beloved father and mother. But yeah, somebody that would be considered family, but they're not blood. So you can Paul Hack man. Oh, let's see what's going on with. Thanks for joining us. Divine Starseed. Mina, welcome. Thanks for showing some love. I appreciate that. I really appreciate it. Thanks for subscribing. Thanks for coming by and showing some love. We're just out here on the Mekong River. It's not the time of year that I really want to film and show, but you got to be truthful and honest in what you do. So I wouldn't try to lie that there wasn't a bad time of year. This burning season is not affecting me. Like, let's put it this way: I lived in Bangkok. I worked and lived in Bangkok. I worked and lived in Shanghai for a while. I worked and lived in Saigon for a while, and Vientiane. And this form of pollution is not affecting me like the pollution was very bad in Shanghai. It's just totally different. Yeah, it's smoky, but it feels like, like campfire type of feeling. Not bad. It's not affecting me going to exercise or anything, but it's totally different than Chinese pollution from factories and whatnot. Anyhow, I did get 90 days, then I left for Thailand and came back to the friendship and got another 90 days. Hell yeah. Well, I hope you keep on getting 90 days. That's awesome. That's really cool. I mean, if you can get those 90 days and you save yourself a bunch of money, that's what I thought every time. I wish I could have got that 90 days to save me an extra 70, 80 bucks, but it's not crazy amount of money. And then you just get the 1-year visa. If you're really determined, you might be able to find agents that can do the 1-year visa for you for $300-400. If you want to use the guy I use where it's a guaranteed thing, then it's about $600. Hometone. Hey Barry, newbie since Vagabond interview. It's so great to see you making life a place it's not programmed. If you know what I mean, I definitely know what you mean. Don't say less, my man. I definitely know what you mean. get to program what we want for your own life out here, for sure. You're not bombarded by that is one of the really crazy culture shocks that I get when I go back or go anywhere, is the amount of advertising that you're just constantly bombarded by, and the peace and quiet here. You forget, after being here for so long, I forget how quiet it is. Yeah, you just have real peace of mind to focus on the things that you want to be focused on. Yeah, I know I haven't visited that part of the world yet, but I'm aware of the burning season. Yeah, it's a bummer, especially since we have the New Year's coming up next month, which is one of the most incredible New Year celebrations all around the world. Countrywide celebration where everybody is happy, off work, throwing water on each other, eating good food, drinking lots of beer, and it lasts for quite a long time. I'd say the whole month of April. Truthfully, I always say April's a write-off. And it's too bad that we have that burning season, this haze over us during that time. It's not so bad down in Vientiane. It gets worse up here in the northern parts of Laos and northern part of Thailand, and yeah, it just sits up here a lot more with the mountains and whatnot. Luang Prabang, as it is, already has clouds all year round. I didn't realize that until I moved up here. I think a lot of people don't realize that too when they think about, it's so bad. No, a lot of times it's not so bad. It's also that there's cloud cover. It's usually cloudy here. We're up in the mountains. We'll have some clouds in the mornings, and then they disperse by about noon. So you have clear blue skies by afternoon. But it's very normal. That's why one thing I actually really enjoy about Luang, waking up and walking through the hills, up and down the hills, watching the sun come over the mountains with the sky sitting at the base of the mountains, or the clouds sitting, right there. Sometimes the clouds are so low we're in the cloud, because I live up on my village is kind of up on one of the hills. So you see like how it's a hill over there. Luang Prabang is just rolling hills and mountains, so it's pretty amazing. What I heard, you needed to show proof. Did you need to show proof that family? I didn't, but I was speaking Lao, and I'm a blue-eyed Westerner speaking fluent Lao, so I think it was enough. Apparently, it was enough to get me past, it was just crazy, because the Cambodians, and I have a video about it, the Cambodians, typically what happens when you cross the border, unless you go with a big group so you can avoid it, if you're going like one or two people, or two couples even, like stuff like that, the Cambodian border is notorious for shaking you down for money. And they did. I went by myself. They shook me down for double the amount of the visa. And the Lao authorities were super helpful. They told me, go over there, see how much they're going to shake you down for. And if you have enough when you come back, then, if you don't have enough, we'll figure out what we can do for you. They were worried I wouldn't have enough just to pay the Cambodians and then pay for my visa to come back and everything. So that tells you a lot about Lao people and how much they appreciate you learning their language. Thank you, Kamo. And I want to do more of these. I stopped doing the live streams because I didn't have anybody join a while back, months and months ago, and I just felt like, man, this is such a cool opportunity that I can sit with you guys and answer your questions live and show you Lao live, and it will only get better as I'm able to get some better equipment. And right now I'm holding my iPhone XR just in my imagine if I have a little bit better option, and then I'll get a selfie stick and we'll get this really good quality stream going, and I can help you guys with whatever you're interested in here. And I really appreciate that. I say it over and over again, but every little bit, like $5, I can get a meal, and that means next time I'm out doing something, then I can pay it forward to when I meet somebody that's in need, or children that may need their their tuition paid for, all this stuff. It goes to everything we do out here. I mean, I spend everything on doing this. Let's see, because I love doing it, not because I would do anything else. I would do it either way. Hello, what is the temperature there? Temperature is beautiful, probably, is it 90 degrees? I've acclimated, guys, because I don't use aircon. I used to always use aircon when I was in Vientiane, which probably have no choice. It's so hot and swampy. I can't imagine not. But since moving up to Luang Prabang in the rainy season last year, I used aircon less and less, the fan more and more, and now I go outside and I can't even tell it's that hot. I see foreigners really hot, so I know I've acclimated. Let me check the temperature. I'm sorry, guys. I feel like it's got to be 90s. Check on sa, Tony. Check on sa. There, you can ask the temperature. Jack is the question word for how many. Jack, and then what? Jack ongsa is a temperature.
ประมาณ30
So 30, 32 degrees Celsius. It feels about, if, I don't know, I'm sweating a little bit right here, which is telling me it's probably got to be like 95 if I'm sweating sitting here. 95 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Celsius. But it's pretty dry compared to most places. If you've been in Southeast Asia, at least my experience was always swampy, sweaty, heat. And Luang Prabang is a very different version. Northern Lao is quite a bit drier. Quite a bit drier. Appreciate that, Mina. I agree, and that's exactly what I've seen with the channel in the beginning. I was like really consistent, really consistent, and I started making money quick right off the bat, and then well, I wasn't as consistent after that, and then now I've been back after it, and just like it's all about having those goals and having each thing you really you have to plan it out. It's a lot, but if you're just consistent, then consistently putting your passion into something. I think there's no question you have to succeed. Yeah, let's go. I don't know why I'm sitting here so long, actually.
มีเงินละล้าน40 พันงานโอน
Oh Lord, don't me. What are you on my?
อุณหภูมิ31
Oh, it's 31 degrees. Let's go. Give these guys a look of this place. We sat here long enough. And then we can talk about cost of living. Everybody's asking about renting. Right now, let's get into it. Renting. We're 48 minutes in. I apologize for anybody that's searching through this video for the renting part. I'm doing this live stream also to prepare for making the actual YouTube video to answer all these questions, where I can bring up people's questions from the YouTube comments, and I can do a full expat Q&A type of video with letting you guys know the visas, the rental costs, and all that stuff, which will be out in the next few days for sure. As far as renting goes, it's going to vary. What do you want? So a lot of people get upset. Oh, you can't rent for there for $600, for $200. You're full of it. You're living in a dump. What kind of lifestyle is that? Well, first of all, I don't understand why they're so critical of the way people are living. That's how people are living like this here in Laos. So is that how you feel about the locals? Their living situation is not very cool. People's I understand somebody wants a Western type of spot, but don't shit on people that like that live like a local. And then you're shitting on the locals. Anyhow, if you want to live like a local, it's quite cheap. You can find a place for $200 a month. If you want to live more Western accommodation, you can find something that's $600 a month, no problem. I don't know where she went, but I want to start walking. Or maybe I was walking the wrong way. She's over there. Let's walk around. She's gonna go back for the truck so she can ride up to her house by Guangxi Falls. Uh, Thought we'd just take a little alleyway, show you guys how cool this place is. If you haven't been here, if you have, then you know. It's one of the really charming aspects of Luang Prabang, being it is a preserved French colonial city. The fusion of the French and Lao architecture and the city layout is really, really beautiful. You have all of these cobblestone alleyways you can just pop through and find different shops and different little bits and pieces. We'll take a left up here at one of these little alleyways. Let's see what people have been saying here. Hi from Georgia. How's the Lao food compared to America? We hope to visit one day. Oh man, there's no comparison. It's night and day difference. Like I don't even eat Lao food or Thai food back in the States. I've heard that there's places like in Vegas and maybe LA that have people making authentic stuff, and people can make pretty close to authentic stuff back home, but it's still not the same because the ingredients, man, it's not the exact same ingredients. A lot of times you got to substitute something, or that ingredient is being shipped in and from somewhere else because you can't get it there. Very rare to have authentic Lao food back in America. And the Lao food out here is unbelievable. Persistence is the key to success. And thanks for all the comments, guys. I agree, man. We just keep on plugging away. I'm not sweating actually. Like I'm sweating my shirt, but my head's not sweating. Yeah. I use it to cover my eyes too, because my eyes are usually pretty sensitive. I don't have to wear sunglasses. How's the pollution? Well, it's not good. It is not good. We'll put it that way. See, look at this charming little alleyway. They got coffee shops right here. And there's all kinds of guest houses in here. Lovely lady saying hi there. Everybody's so friendly. Trust me, if you just allow yourself to not worry, then say hi to people here. You will be shocked that everybody is willing to have a conversation with you. I don't know if you get trained back home a little bit that your neighbors like cross the street rather than say hi to you. At least that was my experience being back home. But people smile. They're more than happy to talk to you. If they're being like really uncomfortable, it's because they're so shy about their language skills, and some people just aren't gonna do it because they're too shy. But for the most part, they want to get to know people. They're very curious about us and our lives, different from different places. Where is your favorite place to eat? Sorry, Julia, I just said it wasn't good. I already talked about a lot about it. I hope I mentioned the pollution is not good right now, but it'll be gone mid-May with the rain, we hope. And it's not that bad. For me, it's not as bad as like Saigon, where you're just like breathing in exhaust and the noise pollution is unbearable in Vietnam. Or the big city pollution in Bangkok or in Shanghai, but it's bad. It's visibly bad. So, and the ash can be seen. You can see it. You see little pieces of ashland places. So, yeah, it's not great. My favorite place to eat in Luang Prabang? Dang. Favorite place to eat in Luang Prabang? Snap. Just some street food. That would. Man, favorite place to eat. No. I don't have a favorite restaurant in Luang Prabang. I can't say. I'd say my favorite place to eat is to go to the. We're back on the main street. So these alleyways are very common. We're back here at Joma. Joma is a staple here in Laos. It's all over the country. They have good pastries, good coffee. A little pricey, but you can count on good quality everything: food, pastries, coffee. They have branches all over in Vientiane down south in different cities here. So my favorite place to eat is probably to go into some sort of market. Definitely, just like we just did, where I can just pick and choose what I want, because I usually want some meat and then some spicy veggie dish or something. Like I like to mix and match things together, but always some different bits and pieces of meat and some fruit to top it off at the end. So, are you? I'm gonna ask her because she wants to walk with me or not, because I want to keep talking to you guys about the rentals, because a lot of people ask. I don't know if it was clear enough, but when you come to Laos, you can find short-term and long-term rentals very easy. Let's talk about it from a tourist aspect. I've already made the goal that if I'm at a certain amount of money, that I can go on the road full time. And for my accommodation, I know that I could be on the road in Laos full time for $300 to $320. That's if I'm staying at guest houses. It's going to be totally different if you stay at some nicer places that are $25, $30 a night. That'd be double. I'm talking about guest houses that are ranging from anywhere to $6, $7 to $15. I'm gonna walk across the street just so we can get a little different scenery for you guys while we talk. But just back over to her to see what she's gonna do. This is a nice little spot. Outdoor seating. Is it 95 degrees? I feel like it's absolutely beautiful. 31 degrees Celsius. What's that? Is it 90? It's not that. It's not hot. It's the morning here. Still 10:30. It's not even hot. So guest houses, if you're traveling and you're staying at normal guest houses, $300 to $350. Okay, yeah, she wants to go over here. Perfect. She's just trying to check and see when exactly they're leaving. These guys will run back and forth between Guangxi Falls. They wait for the tourists to get enough tourists, and she literally lives like right on the Mekong River, right before you take like the last left turn up to Guangxi Falls. It's a really awesome, beautiful, beautiful location and home. You guys seen it in the videos. I made a video with talking about dating at her place. Oh, what? We going in here? She gonna get something in here? I don't know where she's gonna chill in here. We're in Joma. Oh, aircon. Holy smokes, it feels good in here. Maybe it is pretty hot outside. Told you I've acclimated. So we're in Joma. It's very nice. Ready for a nap? If you're going to live in Laos, though, the price is going to be quite different as far as we were talking about. I was talking about as a tourist, you could probably bank on $300, $350 if you're staying in guest houses. It's nothing, and that's for 30 days. That's what I'm talking about, for a month. If you're staying in nicer places, $30 a month is probably gonna be $600-$700. But you could do that. Like, come here, stay in Western accommodation, and spend $600-$700 with no contracts. So that's one of the main things I like to emphasize to people when they talk about renting here. Why do you need a long-term contract? Why would you want one if you can rent for the same price and just move to wherever you want in the country? You like this place. I know it's nice if you know exactly where you want to be, but if you don't, or if you want to live a couple different places and see what you like, you can do that. It's very affordable to explore your options. So I highly, highly recommend your first year in Laos, or your first time's coming to Laos, to not get a long-term rental unless you're like super sure about what you're doing. You know, there's no need to get a long-term rental. What? Mina, you are a legend. Thank you so much, guys. This helps so much, man. You guys making my day. This is awesome. You know how much I can do with 20 bucks? Thank you. Hello, Barry, and everyone here. Thanks. I haven't seen you in forever, gal. Gal. My yam, duh. Come visit, please. I miss you over here. The Laotian is very good. I appreciate it. I recommend anybody that wants to learn to read and write. That's the key to mastering a language out this way, or any language. Every time I watch your videos, I want to go to Luang, Prabang. Yeah, it's got something for everyone here. It's a charming place. I think it comes across in the videos. It really comes across. I haven't done enough videos in the city to do it justice yet, though. There's just so much to share. $6 a day for local transport all over. Yeah, another question people have commonly is transportation, but not so much. It's more people that are like, once they're here, then they're worried about, okay, how do I get around? So you can use the train, which is really, really cheap, and I'd recommend that's the way you go. I wouldn't wish riding a van or a bus on anyone here. That is not a pleasant experience wherever you go. Laos is very well known to have the absolute worst roads in the world. I don't want to sit over here. I like to give you guys a kasi penyang ao.
Penyang.
Nyang lom gap kacao.
Lông này. Hai đi đi.
Cho you need no? Okay. Deal mother? Okay, just let me know. I'll be back in a second. If I want to sit down and talk to you guys, I'll do it at home, and we can do things even better. Like, I can have a better feed. So if we're gonna be out here, it may as well be walking. You can see everything. There's massage shops all over the place. More expensive than Thailand, way more. At least in my experience. I have to preface, like, a lot of the things that I experience, guys, is very different than what you're gonna experience. I speak the language. I speak it fluently. And when I speak fluent, it's not meaning I know everything. It's just like if you're fluent in English, if you don't know something, you can figure it out, right? I can do that in Lao. If I don't know something, I can figure it out in Lao. I don't need anybody's help. That is why a lot of things cost me a lot less. A lot less. If you want to find a place, though, long term, you can do that. Not hard. Go on the Facebook groups. Each city will have Facebook groups for renting. If you do it in English, you're going to be charged more because the people are specifically advertising to English speakers, right? And they're doing that for a reason. They want to make more money off their rental. And they speak English. So, it's like the cost of doing business for you as trying to find somebody that can rent to you in English, right? If you do it in Lao or have somebody help you in Lao, you're going to save. You're going to save quite a bit for living in Lao, but for your American budget, it's not going to seem like a lot. Like, how would I put it? So let's say you look at a rental that you really enjoy. At my place, I look at the Facebook groups in English. The same place, my place is 2-story, 5-bedroom, 5-bath, and 2 balconies on either side, sunset and sunrise side, east-west. And it was $3,500, but I was working with Lao realtors, Lao agents through the Lao Facebook groups, and the same exact houses that I was seeing, the same exact house that I got and I was seeing on the English speaking groups tended to be quite a bit more, sometimes double, a lot of times double if they're like really trying to sell it as it's, Well, if it was double, I have to say Mine is cheap. Mine is cheap. Excuse me, because it's unfurnished and it had a lot of things that need to be added. You know, like exhaust air fans or whatever you call those things, and a sink here and furniture, a lot of things. So it's really cheap because of that. But fully furnished, I'd say that these places were going for $600 a month, so double that, like 6,500, 7,000 a year. Now, so you're gonna furnished and unfurnished is gonna make a difference, but also the difference is gonna be in if you're using the English or Lao groups. It's still not that much. Like I think I could get the same place in the English speaking group. Maybe it would be $4,500 instead of $3,500, so $1,000 more. That's it for the rent. Like I mean, to each their own, right? There is something for everybody. Some people are looking for the cheap option or the local option. Some people are looking for the Western option. You're not gonna find, like in Thailand, nice condos or apartments that are $300. If you're finding stuff you can find stuff for $100 and something bucks. I've seen stuff, plenty of places for $100 and something bucks a month. You can find a place for long term. Like a room somewhere, a little studio room, but it's gonna be Lao style, right? If you want Western style, it's gonna automatically probably start around $500, right? All right, that's enough for the the renting. We're walking down the road. We're headed to where they have a night market. They often have that down here, big plaza area. This is just the main road, so it's not that interesting. Let's walk down this. Why not? Even these roads are just guest houses and neighborhoods, so it's not really. It's going to be very quiet. Maybe you want to see it. It's really nothing though. Let's see what we got in the comments. What is your favorite meal or describe ideal meal, Mr. Bear? I think I described that. Go to a market, whether it's off the side of the road or the actual market, and grab a bunch of different foods, depending on what I feel like. Some sort of meats. There's grilled meats of all kinds, grilled, fried, all kinds of stuff. Buffalo, fish, pork, beef, chicken, duck, something. Grab something like that, and then get some spicy salsa, get some sticky rice. Usually a lot of people will have some sort of stew or soup with their meal, so I like something like that, like a ging no mai or ging no mai som or lam. It's typical stews in Laos. And I like some veggies, a veggie just maybe some tamahung or anything. Get some mok no mai. Sabaidi lampai. Now, my daughter and I are returning to Luang this next week, and I rented a house for next year. Yes, he has. We're excited to have Dan back here. One of the first people that I've seen come over to plan on being here for a long-term stay, and I'm super excited for Dan, his daughter, his family. It's going to be amazing, no doubt. Enjoyed watching your clips. Thank you. Well, you got to come up for the New Year, maybe. Like, yeah, I'll come for New Year. I'll go get you a room. I just went and booked a few rooms for other people coming. It's gonna be amazing. My friend's here. There's gonna be a lot of fun to be had. My friend owns a restaurant on the main street, Manola. Probably be a big party there. I'll probably do it. I'm planning on trying to build up this live stream so that we can eventually, in the next 2 weeks, we'll have enough of you guys. We got 28. This is insane. I don't even know if I had that many when I was doing it. I was doing it with we had that many, didn't we? That was good times. Love to do some collab. Love to do some live streams together again. That was good. Yeah, we got it. We got it. But I want to build this up because I really would like to have like a big live stream for the new year. At least one big live stream. It's such an insanely cool holiday that's unlike anything else in the world. And Luang Prabang is the epicenter of culture. It's a hub for everything going down in Laos, and as such, it's a massive celebration here that is known to start early and end late. And I don't mean morning and evening. I mean days, a week early and days and days late. Because the traditional holiday, Songkran or Pi Mai Lao as it's called here, this New Year water festival, it lasts from the 13th to the 16th, 14th to the 17th. It's based on the lunar calendar, so it varies, but they celebrate way earlier. Forget getting anything done here as far as business or work and stuff. The month of April is pretty much a write-off. You're barely going to get things done on that side of outside of the New Year time, because people will be taking off work before because they got to work other days, and people take off work after. It's just the whole month. But it's amazing, and we have celebration going down on the main street, probably over the friend's house here by the main. Definitely over at Lala's house. We'll have a day, and yeah, I'd love to see some people out here and join up for sure. Dan is not staying. You should create a PayPal account and have people donate to that account. That way YouTube won't take. I do have a PayPal account. Shinobi, I do. I do have a PayPal account. That is the way that it would be nice, everybody, if you. In the past, when I did these live streams, I would mention that, but it's, yeah. If you don't say it, then people don't know, right? It's my fault. Yeah, the best way to donate and to help out is through PayPal, 100%. It really makes a difference. I get all of that money versus YouTube taking 30%. So whatever. And the way I see it, any money that's sent out here, it goes right back. It goes to the people here. You know what I mean? So yeah, it comes to me, but it goes through my hand right to the people here to make more videos about this place. So send PayPal. I didn't put it in the comments, but you can find it right on my YouTube page. It's at Lao Legends, is it not? Pretty sure. Very easy. Dan, next time in Luang Prabang, we'll reach out for sure. All right, guys, let me see if I can find some more comments. I know we got some chats going on in here. That's awesome. Get guys letting know each other know what's going on. Oh, glad to see you guys interacting. Hello, long time no see, Boyd. What's going on, man? It's been forever. We're in Cornelia. Man, this is awesome. Seeing people also in Georgia together. So cool. Now you tempt me. Lao New Year's coming up. Yes, it is. It'll be here next month. That's what I'm saying. It will be here very soon. And let's go over this way because I already walked a bunch. I think we'll end this here in a second because we've talked about everything. We got visas. We got renting. I have a bunch of people asking me about herbicides and pesticides, which is interesting. And that's not really much of an issue. You've seen it in my last video. I mentioned that, walking the market. It becomes an issue when people are trying to make money, doesn't it? In general, and just on the individual person. But I'd say most people in Laos tend to be pretty proud that they grow an organic garden. They don't use any of that stuff. So, and a lot of people just selling what they got. So I worry more about stuff coming from China or, the big, when people start getting big shipments of stuff, people growing things in big quantities and selling them. And it's understandable because the farmers got so much invested, and if the crop fails, then they lose everything. I mean, it's a hard one. It's a hard one. All this stuff. It's more complex than people make it out to be with a lot of stuff. Let's see. Looking at the comments. All right, guys. Well, we've made it to the night plaza. I got a video on this awesome plaza. I'm gonna make a full video for YouTube, not just this live stream, but to answer your questions that I've got, especially from all of you that have just joined up from Dan's page. You recognize this place. I really like this place. Indigo House. Great place. Highly recommend it. And this is where you come to the night market right here. Go down that alley. It'll be heaving with people in the evening coming to get all kinds of delicious foods. All right. Thanks, you guys. I'm gonna do these. We're gonna make these into something really cool. I think we're onto something here. We've got 20 of you joined this time, so I'm super excited and glad to have you guys here. Have a great weekend, and I'll see you guys in the comments and in the next video. Later.